Capture forgotten.
All of you.
Hi guys, so for this build, this Gley build that you just saw, this is what I'm using. Now the Transcendent mode that I'm using is Blood and Iron, and I think that this is the basically the mode that makes the build so good. What it does is that it removes your ability to collect life spheres from mobs when you kill them, because her passive, what it does is that when you kill enemies, they have a chance to drop life spheres, and when you collect these life spheres, you can heal, and you can fill your bar, the red bar that you see down below my skills. And this bar is actually used when you use skills. So for example, if I get out of my fourth ability here and then I enter, you can see that oops, okay, so I just consumed all the power of life that I had when I entered in my fourth ability. And her fourth ability is an ability that she switches to her like signature weapon, let's call it. And what it does is that this weapon actually has the same amount of ammo as your weapon, as your equipped weapon. So the weapon that you are holding when you activate the skill, and however many ammo there is, that many shots you will have with her signature weapon. However, and the damage that you do is the same as your weapon, your equipped weapon. So the damage that you do with her signature weapon is the same. It's written here, exclusive weapon damage, same as equipped weapon. So it's basically same damage as you would do shooting with the weapon that you are holding. But there is additional damage when you're frenzied, and you enter in frenzied state. When you activate her first ability, you can enter in frenzied state, and then you activate your fourth ability, and you can have your signature weapon. Now in this frenzied state, you further amplify the damage of your weapon that you are holding by this skill power. So you will do even more damage with your equipped weapon if you're using her signature weapon while holding a particular type of weapon, right? And so for this build, is the idea of this build is that so that you can use your third and fourth ability indefinitely. So you activate your fourth ability and you never get out of it if you want, right? If you wish, you can stay in your fourth ability the entire mission, the entire bossing, or whatever. You can just stay there forever. Well, as long as you have HP to spend, right? Activating your third ability, but that's usually if it's in a mission and Movic, it's forever because you have the HP collector. Now what this mod does is that when you defeat an enemy, you instantly recovers 9% of your maximum HP. And as you can see, I'm running on almost 16k HP. I'm recovering significant amount of health on every kill. So I can use my third ability all the time, and I can never get out of my fourth ability if I want. Or if you want to use your gun, like the actual weapon and not her signature weapon, you can also do this. You can just reactivate your third ability and never reload and have infinite ammo all the time. So for her modules, I'm using Battle Stamina for HP and skill duration. skill extension for more skill duration, and then MP conversion for skill cooldown. You don't care about the max MP because she doesn't have MP, she doesn't have shield, so negative MP and shield is absolutely fine. It does nothing for her anyway. Then we are running focus on non-attribute, and this is because it gives you more skill cooldown. And then a focus on dimension is for the further skill cooldown and the skill power modifier. The skill power modifier is important on Gley because she has very low skill power modifier to begin with. Like you can see on her fourth ability, she has 69, let's say, base value, and I now have 47 or 48 because I'm using maximized duration. But you need to use this because this mode gives you the necessary duration to barely have a chance to make this build functional. The downside is that it comes with negative power modifier, and this is why we are running also focus on dimension, because you can negate this and get additional 47% skill power modifier. So although it here it shows 47, I have 47 more that it's not shown here. So it's almost 90 something percent. So also I'm running Nimble Fingers for more cooldown, increased def and increased HP. These two modes I'm running on all my Descendants. No matter what, these two modes are the first default modes that go in every Descendant. And I think this is it. Now the why I'm focusing so much on cooldown and skill duration. Well, if we look at her third skill, now I have cooldown at 10.3 seconds and duration of 10.1 seconds. That's really 2 milliseconds, which is nothing, and I can basically reactivate my third ability at the moment it ends. And what this allows me to do is this. So I'm in my fourth ability now. I activate my third ability and I start shoot, and I shoot and shoot for 10 seconds straight, right? And then I see that it's going cooldown, reactivate and continue doing this again, right? And this way you can just never get out. So you just shoot, and then you reactivate and you just keep shooting. But in order to be able to do this, you need to get it like that. Now only with these mods it won't be enough to do this. It won't be enough to be able to bring you to the same level of your cooldown, your duration to the same level of your cooldown. What you need more is this. You need a reactor, I think, with at least yellow, either skill duration or skill cooldown. But in my opinion, ideally you would have both skill duration and skill cooldown. But in my opinion is if you have to choose, like if you have, for example, let's say you have a reactor for the weapon that you want. I assume it would be Thunder Cage because everyone have Thunder Cage for free, right? And it's the most used weapon because of that. So let's say you have two different reactors. One is with the skill cooldown and the other is with the skill duration up, and they're both yellow. Let's assume that. Then I would suggest you to choose the one with the skill duration, because it's better to have more uptime of your active skill, right, your third ability, and spend more time shooting, killing enemies, actually playing the game, than worrying about reactivating your abilities more often. It's better to have more duration than more skill cooldown, if you ask me, because let's say that you have 8 seconds cooldown and 8 seconds duration. Well, then you have to reactivate it every 8 seconds. If you have 10 seconds cooldown and 10 seconds duration, you have to reactivate it every 10 seconds. You have 2 seconds more to play, right? So it's, in my opinion, it's better to have, if you have to choose, right? Ideally, again, you have both. So for the components, I'm using the Annihilation set, and this set you can farm from the Devourer on hard mode. For the auxiliary, you want max HP and fire resistance. Then on the sensor, you want chill resistance and whatever else, because the rest are MP in combat, MP out of combat, and other useless things that really doesn't matter for Gley. I mean, she doesn't have MP. She's not using MP. Then here you want defense and electric resistance. This would be, ideally you have defense and electric resistance here on the memory, and then on the processor you want toxin resistance and whatever else, because the other thing would be max shield or shield recovery or things like that. She doesn't have shield, so it's useless. Toxin resistance and whatever else you want. The other one doesn't really matter. The good thing about this set is the skill duration. Now you can see with this set skill duration, with all the modules that I showed you, with the skill cooldown and the skill duration, and with this reactor, it's barely the cooldown of her third ability and the duration of her third ability are the same, barely the same. You know, you need to invest a lot and almost perfect rows, you know, of things for her to function. Like, really, it's very difficult to bring the cooldown and the duration to the same level on her third ability. But the other good thing about this is that you have increased firearm attack that is equivalent to the ratio of your max HP and your lost HP. So when you are, let's say, at 50 or below 50% life, you have quite significant amount of damage, additional amount of damage. Then for lastly, for the Thunder Cage, I'm using this build for the Gley if I'm not bossing, right? If I'm not using bosses, or let's say I'm playing against bosses that are weak to chill, right? Then I'm using this one. But the reason why I'm using this like that unfinished is because I'm using Thunder Cage for on all my Descendants currently, because I haven't built a second weapon that is, you know, I have the Greg Reverse Fate, but I haven't built it to this extent as the Thunder Cage, because I'm currently focused on farming Descendants and not weapons. And I'm using this one for bossing and mobbing and everything in the game, and I want to be able to change elements according to the boss, the intercept bosses that I'm fighting, right? And if I put Catalyst here, then I'm screwed, because, you know, here I want to put expand weapon charge, and I have to polarize both of them. So that's why I don't have a mod here. But anyway, if I would use Gley, this weapon for Gley, then here I will polarize this, and then this, and here I will put weak point sight. I think it was weak point sight. Let me see. Yes, this one. So I would put this mod here. And I will polarize both of them. and this will give you significant amount of damage. And now the mental focus is very nice, because what it does is that when you are not changing weapons or reloading, you can just stack firearm attack like for 2 seconds, up to 150%. But the stacks expire quite fast, so I can show you. Basically, if you reactivate your third ability, so you will lose the stacks every 10 seconds because of the slow animation of the third ability reactivation. So if I activate it now and start shooting, you can see that I'm stacking to like let's see how many, maybe 70 something, and then I have to reactivate and I lose the stacks, right? But anyway, it's still good, because you know, you can reach about 70% more firearm attack, which is not bad at all. So and if you're using a weapon that's like not her signature weapon but another weapon, or you put more fire, you can put, instead of weak point sight, you can put more some fire rate, and maybe you can stack it even more, or you can do this with your normal weapon, right? If you prefer to use your normal weapon and it shoots very fast, then you can reach more stacks. For this, I'm using the edging shot for crit hit rate, concentration priority for crit hit damage, chill enhancement because of the polarity, better concentration for crit hit damage, better insight for more crit hit rate, concentration stabilizer for the negative recoil, because I'm using action and reaction that gives me positive recoil, which is not good. This is the bad recoil, and the negative recoil is actually the good recoil, the one that you want actually. So then the rifling reinforcement for firearm attack, and mental focus, again I just explained how it works. So this is what I'm using, and again this is shit and still does a lot of damage. Now the thing with Gley is that, again, as you can see, damage is same as equipped weapon, which means that you can still use her signature weapon, right, and shoot like that. For example, on the Thunder Cage, I don't have fire rate, any fire rate mode, and you can see like the rate at which I'm shooting, right? It's still crazy. But if you put snipers do way more damage than Thunder Cage, and they have way more crit chance. So if you, for example, go here and let's see, yeah, if you take a look at the Afterglow, it has base crit hit rate of 50%. With modding, you can get this to, I think, 100%. Yeah, you can get it to 100%. You can get it very easily to 100%, and guarantee that every hit will be a critical hit with this. So imagine you build this weapon. This weapon will do way more damage than Thunder Cage, and then you activate your fourth ability while you equip this weapon. It will melt anything. It will be just insanity. That's my opinion, really. So with Thunder Cage it's already good, but if you get this weapon, in theory it should become like absolutely crazy. So yeah, I think that's all, and I'm trying to keep this video brief and short because I myself don't like very long videos, but I think I explained everything important, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.